But
Welcome back to Session Reaction. Full credit to the original broadcasters and organizers for the race footage used in this reaction. Today, we are watching Jamaica remind the world exactly why sprinting runs through the island's veins. Tina Clayton, Shericka Jackson, and Nickisha Pryce are about to put on an absolute show. So let's jump right in and we'll break it down afterwards.
100 metres, the final track event of the evening, and there's one good reason why they've left it till last, because in lane 5 is one of the great Polish heroines, Ewa Swoboda, former European indoor champion. Posters everywhere, massive posters of her everywhere across the city of Katowice. She's right in the middle of the 9 athletes as well. They set it up for her. Jenna Prandini, well, she's a great 200-meter runner, has a best of 10.9, the American. Hasn't had a vintage season by her standards. 7th in the London Diamond League before the games, hasn't raced since then. Natasha Morrison of Jamaica, 11-1 this year, but she's a 10.85 athlete. Bas Bitaye of Gambia, she goes in lane 3, semi-finalist in the Olympic Games at 200 metres. Then Tamari Davis, 2nd in Lausanne and 2nd in Monaco just before the game. She's a very consistent racer as the 21-year-old American. Best of 10.8. Yeah, and there is Swoboda. How they love her. Silver medalist at the World Indoors in Glasgow back in March, behind Julian Alfred. And that wasn't a bad person to lose to, seeing as Alfred went on to become Olympic champion. Marie-Josée Talou Smith of the Côte d'Ivoire. I'm sure she races more than anybody on the whole circuit. A prolific racer. 4th in Lausanne, 11.07. Still in good form, the 35-year-old. Daryl Nater of Great Britain. 4th in the Olympic 100, 5th in the 200. So frustrated with those, although she got a silver from the sprint relay. Tina Clayton, 7th in the Olympic Games. The Jamaican silver medalist. Only a youngster, just 20 years old. And Patricia van der Weken of Luxembourg completes the lineup. She's a late addition, I think, because when I travelled here a couple of days ago, I was chatting to a certain Dina Asher-Smith at the airport as we were waiting for our bags. Dina announced yesterday she was pulling out of this meeting. I'm not sure if she's felt a niggle or if she's just not feeling 100%, but Dina flew here to Poland, but is not competing tonight. So the meeting record, well, it's a rather impressive one. I'm not sure we'll see an extra one added in this race. 10.66 by Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce of Jamaica a couple of years ago. But 3 Olympic finalists go here. And all eyes on Swoboda in lane 5. There she is, real powerhouse. She's a tremendously quick starter. Look for her to probably lead at halfway and then maybe to get run down. Can she stay ahead, though, to send everyone home on a high? With Mondo, of course, 2 more attempts at that world record in the vault to come. Well, a really good start from Tamari Davis, there, 4th from right. Swoboda's got some running to do here yet. I don't think she's going to win this one. Really good running on the near side, too, from Tina Clayton. Tina Clayton takes it there. On the near side, I think, probably the shortest athlete in the race and the youngest at 20. The Jamaican in lane 8, I think, just nicked that. 10.81. Well, it is super fast. That's the 5th fastest time in the world this year. And for Clayton, it is indeed a new lifetime best by a pretty big chunk. 10.83 she's given, in fact, but it is nonetheless a lifetime best. Swoboda didn't get her usual bullet start from lane 5. Wasn't able to get the blood up for the crowd through the first half at least. But Clayton, well, she's similarly small in stature, but boy, did she hold her form well through the second half and just hung on there because it was really tight, Hannah. I don't think there was a lot in it. Let's have a look at the times. 10.83, 10.83
for tonight.
In order to win that world title, you got to go through the defending champion, Shericka Jackson of Jamaica.
There's never been a sweep in this event at the World Championships, and I think the presence of Shericka Jackson, along with a good lane draw in 7, may prevent the United States from sweeping as we look at the 2019 World Champion, Tina Smith.
Now 29 years of age, competing in her 7th Outdoor World Championship, making yet another World Final.
A Navia Battle of the United States will be just behind her in 8th. Great lane draw for her. She's going to have to set a personal best to be on the podium. Her personal best stands at 21.9. She's going to have to go a little faster, but I think she's a definite medal threat.
And trying to put herself in the same conversation as Allyson Felix of the United States, winning 3 consecutive World 200-meter titles. Shericka Jackson is in 7th.
She has run more top 10 times in this event than anybody else in the history of the world. Here's the big favorite. Lots of history on the line here. The U.S. hasn't won a world title in this event since Allyson Felix did it way back in 2009. And there are her parents, Melvin and Joanna Jefferson, sitting up in the booth of World Athletics President Sebastian Coe.
Second athlete from Great Britain is the 23-year-old Amy Hunt, their national champion in the 100 meters.
The evergreen Marie-Josée Talleu-Smith will occupy lane 4. She's got silver, she's got bronze from this event, but she hasn't won a medal since 2019.
There are 4 Americans in this women's 200-meter final. Brittany Brown has tasted the podium at the World Championships. Silver in 2019 behind Asher Smith. Bronze in Paris last year. And Mackenzie Long, because Brown won the Diamond League and Gabby Thomas pulled out due to injury, she got advanced as the 4th member of Team USA, and she also makes the final.
Yeah, she's one of just a few women to run under 22 seconds. Here's the Bahamas' Antonique Strawn. You see that left leg wrapped. She was in some real discomfort after the semifinal, but she clearly has decided to give it a go. That is a tough lane to run all that turn with your leg bandaged in lane 1 as we get back now to the 100-meter world champion, fully focused on the task at hand, but the 2-time defending champ will be to her outside in lane 7, Shericka Jackson. False start appears to be Antonique Strawn. Is this a case of her just taking herself out of this final because she knows that she can't finish it? Yeah, you see the reaction time in lane 1. Yeah, that looks very intentional. I think that Antonique Strawn is trying to take herself out of this race.
And you hear the announcement by the officials. False start in lane 1. She comes over to have a brief conversation here. This is her 7th Outdoor World Championship, but she will get a chance to review the data. And the numbers in this case don't lie, as she is out. It's the women's 200-meter final from Tokyo, Japan. Melissa Jefferson Wooden.
Melissa Jefferson, Shericka Jackson has run in her, and Shericka Jackson.
Jefferson Wooden in the lead. It's between her and the rest is realized.
Personal best, the fastest time in the world this year for Melissa Jefferson Wooden. And Amy Hunt pulls a big upset and relegates the defending world champ Jackson to third as she picks up a medal for Great Britain. So with that 68, excuse me, Melissa Jefferson Wooden now goes into the top 8 of all time. And I told you after the 100, Melissa Jefferson Wooden is here to stay. She reminds us of that with this.
On your marks. But
Alright, here comes Tina Clayton. Every time she steps onto the track, there's excitement because everyone knows exactly how much potential she has. She's still young, but she's already showing the kind of speed that makes people believe she could become one of Jamaica's next great sprint champions. The atmosphere is electric. The athletes are getting into their blocks. The crowd is quiet. You can almost feel the tension through the screen. This is what makes sprinting so exciting. Months and months of preparation, all decided in just a few seconds. The gun goes off. Great start. Tina is out quickly. Her reaction looks sharp. She's driving powerfully through the first part of the race. Look at that acceleration. She's staying relaxed while building speed. Now she's moving into top gear. This is where elite sprinters separate themselves. The stride opens up. The turnover gets faster. And she's pulling away. Wow! Look at that finish. Absolutely brilliant running. That's the type of race Jamaican fans love to see. Everything looked smooth. Nothing appeared forced. She stayed composed from start to finish. One thing I always admire about Jamaican sprinters is their technique. They don't just rely on raw speed. Their posture, their rhythm, their relaxation, everything works together. That's one reason Jamaica consistently produces world-class athletes. They focus on developing complete sprinters, not just fast runners. And Tina Clayton is another great example of that tradition. You can already see the confidence growing every time she races. Winning races like this builds belief. And belief is incredibly important when competing against the fastest women in the world. Let's not forget. Let's not forget. The women's 100 meters is one of the toughest events in athletics. One small mistake, one poor start, one tiny stumble, and the race is over. That's why consistency matters so much. Today's performance showed confidence, discipline, and composure. If she keeps improving, she's going to be a major force in future championships. It's exciting because Jamaican fans always appreciate watching young athletes develop into global stars. And Tina looks like she's on that path. The future certainly looks promising. Now, if you thought that performance was impressive, wait until we get to the next race. Because when Shericka Jackson steps onto the track, you already know something special could happen. While sprinting, Shericka Jackson. Whenever Shericka walks onto the track, there's a different kind of energy. She has earned that respect through years of hard work, championship performances, and remarkable consistency. Whether it's the 100 meters or the 200 meters, she's always among the athletes everyone is watching. The cameras are locked in on her. The crowd knows exactly who she is. You can feel the anticipation building because fans are expecting something special. Everyone settles into their lanes. The stadium falls silent. On your marks, set, bang, and they're off. Shericka gets a clean start. She's attacking the curve with confidence. One thing that stands out immediately is how relaxed she looks. She isn't forcing anything. Her shoulders stay loose, her stride is controlled, and she's letting her speed develop naturally. Now, she's coming off the bend. This is where the race really begins. Look at that acceleration. She's opening the gap. The other athletes are running well, but Shericka is finding another level. This is what elite athletes do. They know exactly when to increase the pace. With about 80 meters remaining, she's clearly in control. She's still running smoothly. She's not panicking. She's simply executing her race plan. What a beautiful display of sprinting. She crosses the finish line fast. Another outstanding performance from one of Jamaica's finest. That's why so many people consider Shericka Jackson one of the greatest 200-meter runners of this generation. It's not just about winning, it's how she wins. She combines explosive power with outstanding technique and experience. Every movement looks efficient, nothing is wasted. That's the sign of an athlete who has spent years refining every part of her race. One thing I really admire is her professionalism. Whether it's an early season meet or a major championship, she approaches every race with focus. That consistency is one of the reasons she's remained among the world's best. For younger Jamaican athletes watching, performances like this send a powerful message. Excellence isn't achieved overnight. It comes from discipline, dedication, and constantly improving. Shericka represents the mindset perfectly. And let's not overlook what it means for Jamaica. For decades, Jamaica has been known as a sprinting powerhouse. Legends have come and gone, but new stars continue to emerge. Now, it's time for the final event, the women's 400 meters, and representing Jamaica is Nickisha Pryce. The 400 meters is a completely different challenge. It's not just about speed, it's about rhythm, endurance, and knowing exactly when to make your move. The athletes settle into their blocks. The gun goes off. Nickisha gets out well and quickly finds her rhythm. Through the first 200 meters, she looks composed and in control, not wasting in any energy. As they come around the final bend, she begins to increase the pace. You can see the power in her stride, and she's pulling away from the field. Down the home straight, she keeps driving all the way to the finish line. What a performance! Another impressive victory for Jamaica. Today we've watched Tina Clayton, Shericka Jackson, and Nickisha Pryce each deliver outstanding performances in 3 different sprint events. It shows the incredible depth of Jamaican athletics and why the country continues to compete with the very best on the world stage. Of course, every race is different and every season brings new challenges. But performances like this give Jamaican fans plenty to be excited about for the future. If you enjoyed today's reaction, let me know in the comments which performance impressed you the most. Tina Clayton's 100 meters, Shericka Jackson 200 meters, or Nickisha Pryce 400 meters. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to Sashin Reaction, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another track and field reaction. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and I'll see you in the next one. Blessings, everyone.